For more tips and tricks, don't forget to hit that button and subscribe. Also, ring the bell so you can get notifications anytime I have new videos. Welcome to Paulstoolbox. I'm Paul Ricalde, and today I'm going to show you some quick shortcuts when cutting your molding. Now, when I'm cutting base molding and shoe molding, I like to cut them together. I have 23 cuts in here. That means I'm going to have 46 cuts if I cut them separately. If I cut these together, 23 cuts, I make half the cuts, my blade's going to last longer, and it's going to be a lot faster for me because I hate coming back over and cutting my shoe after I already cut my base. A lot of y'all are thinking to yourselves, wait a second, this is made for a reason. It's made to conform to the floor when you have hardwood floors or tile or anything like that that follows a slab, and your slab may have some dips in it. Yes, that's true. That's why I use a pin nailer. These are fantastic. It's a 23 gauge nail gun and it shoots a tiny little nail. So let me show you this nail. Doesn't even have a head on it. Check that out. So this little nail right here will shoot from the backside and we'll tack it all in place. Once it's all tacked in place, I'll come back and make my cuts. Now what if I hit these nails with my saw blade? Doesn't do any damage at all because they're so minute it doesn't do anything. Now if I was to shoot an 18 gauge nail gun in there or a 16 gauge trim gun and I cut those, eventually I'm going to dull my blade. On this one I'm using 1-inch nails. When you use a 1-inch nail you have to be careful. You can't do that with shoe or unless you have a thicker base molding. Now this base molding is right at a 1/2 inch. And then I have my 3/4 round, but I want to make sure I shoot that 3/4 round close to the bottom. All right, we'll just tack it in place right now and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This little nail gun will shoot right here. Now I can put this down on the floor, and if I have dips, I just tap it down with a block and shoot it in the face, and I'll hold it in place. Then once you put your caulk on there, this thing is rock solid. If you feel like you want to put an 18 gauge nail in a couple of spots, you can do that just to make sure the ends are really tight. I love using a 23 gauge nail. Now you can use any brand you want, doesn't matter. I particularly like this. I have the whole line of Metabo tools that are cordless, and I love them. The batteries seem to last a long time. I like the tools. They've been holding up for me for years. If you put your base molding down, it can drop all the way down to the subflooring. If you have your shoe molding on there or your 1/4 round, it's going to stop it. Now to shoot my base molding in, I want a heftier nail. That's why I'm using my 18 gauge nail gun for that one. I like to use a 2-inch nail because you want to go through this base molding. You want to go through a 1/2 inch sheetrock and you want to bite into your studs or your base plate. And you want to get all of those tight. That's why a 2-inch nail is what I would recommend for it. You can use 1.5 inches and get by with it, but if you really want to bite it well, use a 2-inch. If I have a long length, I'll want to use my stands, but in this case, I don't have to worry about it. All I have to do is hold it up because it's a smaller piece. This one's only about 3 feet long. So I'll tack it in place, and you can see I'm right on the end. There you have it. In this case, I'm going to show you I could just run it long on both sides. And I just have to make an extra cut, but it's already measured. We set our saw to 0 for a flat cut. Butt it up against the blade. One down. Now we'll come back with our 45. You never want to cross your arm on a saw blade, so I'm going to get on this side of the saw to make this cut. I have to be honest, this is the only Metabo tool that I've had problems with. I can shoot a 1-inch nail all day long, popping them in, and it has no problems at all. But if you go to shoot an 1 3/8 nail, it's gonna stick or jam. Or I don't know if everybody's does, but I've seen some reviews with other people having problems, and I had the same problem when I went to shoot some stacked crown and I needed a longer nail. 99% of my jobs are an 1-inch nail and smaller, so this works great for me. But I do have the new one coming in, and I'll let you know how it goes. Make sure if you're purchasing one, do not spend full price on this model. This goes for a lot less, and they have some companies that are selling it for more. So make sure you don't get ripped off. This is an option. It works great when you have a lot of little cuts. There are instances where you're gonna need to cut them separately, so don't just adhere to this way of doing it. So if you guys don't mind, please subscribe, hit like, drop a comment, it means a lot to me. If you have questions about the tools or anything else that I have on here, please let me know, and I'll see y'all on the next project.